to raise. Despite the strength of our economy, which now has only 5.6% unemployment, the number the Fed hoped to reach one day with its aggressive policies, we nevertheless saw an average hourly earnings decrease of 5 cents. I mean, that's astounding, people. You can throw out pretty much everything you learned in Econ 101 with this number, since wages should be increasing by at least that much as the labor pool gets tighter. What could be keeping those earnings down? Could it be a larger surplus of labor fighting for jobs? Remember, there are millions of people who are technically out of the labor force but would love to be working. Could be pressure that comes from the ability of companies to move offshore if they want to. Average wage in Mexico is now about $5.50 an hour. It's $24.57 here. But because of NAFTA, there's no tariff on Mexican goods. Could it be desperation? We've had such a spike in student loan debt that new workers might be willing to work for far less than the old days. It could be some combination of all of the above. Consider the big job creators this month. Professional and business services, that rose by 52,000 workers. Construction jobs increased by 48,000. Food service and drinking places added 44,000 jobs. And healthcare gained 34,000 employees. All of these in one form or another are susceptible to exactly the pressures I just traced out. But there could be something else at work too. Something that we saw, for example, recently in retailers like JCPenney earlier this week, as well as in Macy's and Pier 1 last night. The closing of unproductive stores with the high-paying jobs that come with them, and the hiring of fewer people to man these companies, what's known as omni-channel businesses, they're dot-coms. Put simply, technology is taking away high-paying jobs and replacing them with lower-paying jobs. The internet is causing disruption on the highest end, where fewer people are needed to do these more lucrative jobs, while more people are needed to handle lower-paying, what's known as fulfillment positions, in large part, in the case of retail, because of the Amazon factor. Companies can't afford to compete on goods, so they compete on price. Now, this is a good news, bad news story for you as a wage earner. More jobs, but not with higher salaries. However, it is a phenomenal story for you as an investor. With the exception of those at the very top of each industry, wages don't go up even as sales do. That means more earnings go to shareholders and more capital is returned in the form of dividends and buybacks. We love those. Let me give you the bottom line. That's right. These numbers are terrific for the stock market. You have a Federal Reserve that wants to keep interest rates low until we get wage growth. You have companies that are working hard to integrate wage-saving technology, as well as a surplus of labor that causes heightened competition for the jobs that technology is displacing. Or to put it in terms we all understand, we have high growth with low inflation, even as that's precisely the opposite of what we were taught. What we were taught should happen when we took economics. You know what they have to do? They have to rewrite the textbooks in this new technology-driven world. The old ones, they just don't make any sense anymore. Can we go to Bob in New Jersey, please? Bob.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
This is Bobby from Union, New Jersey. Jim, I was wondering, I wanted to buy Rite Aid since it was $4.42. I missed that. What do you think would be a good entry level, and at what point, and what weakness, and how much upside is there?
Okay, this is a really good point. I'm glad I'm going to use this exposition by Bob, who lives about a mile from me, to say, Rite Aid